Welcome, Madelyn Maine of Pathlight Ministries.
Thank you, Gloria. Nice to be here.
I'm so glad you're here today.
Thank you.
When I look at all the places that you've been, it pretty much covers the whole continent, the whole world, the whole globe on every single continent. And I'd just like you to share some of the fine things that you've seen in all of your travels, especially to Iraq, China, Kenya, Africa, Hong Kong, Spain, Jordan, France, Italy, Austria, Netherlands, Virginia. Okay. What is it like to travel all around and to spread John 3:16?
Let me say I'm a country girl from the hills of Oklahoma who never thought I would be traveling all over the world. But I had an opportunity in 1987 initially to help take Bibles into China, communist China. And I signed up, and as the time grew close, I thought, uh-oh, do I really want to do this? And I went ahead, and God was gracious, and we landed in Hong Kong, and we were briefed, and they informed us that, you know, if we were stopped at the immigration border, they would take the Bibles from us, and they weren't sure what else would be done.
Right.
So we packed ourselves up, and I had 18 Bibles on my body and several in a valise. And one thing they told us...
Wait.
Yeah.
Bibles on your body. Explain.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, I was wearing a long line girdle, and the Bibles are not really large, maybe 3 inches by 4 inches. And I just put them on my body, my back, my chest, and my long line, and just draped my skirt over the Bibles. And we went in 4 ways. Some of us went in by plane, some by bus, some by train, and I went in by hydroboat.
Wow. Because
they thought, well, if some people get in with Bibles, you know, others may not. So I got into the hydro boat and had many opportunities to think, oh gosh, I could be at home eating cookies instead of doing this, you know. Oh. And so anyway, I got to immigration, and they had told us, people in our group, I think there were 10 of us in our group, they said, don't know each other, don't talk to each other. And so we're standing in line, all kind of thinking, okay, so I get up to the immigration counter. This is the grandness of God. And there was a gentleman there who was causing a ruckus. And so they just pushed me on through immigration. And so that was a very exciting time for me.
Was it the same in Iraq?
We didn't have to smuggle Bibles into Iraq, but Iraq was totally different than anything I had seen on CNN or any of the news media.
And when was this? When did you go to Iraq?
It was a year and a half ago. We had access to all of Kurdistan. There were no warnings about going here or there. The only warning we had was when we had traveled about 2 hours from the border of Kurdistan, they said, we travel in pairs, at least 2 vans, because if you take a particular side road, you will be in the territory of ISIS. Oh. And some people have made the mistake and made the wrong turn.
Oh, no.
So anyhow, we were just delighted and happy that the drivers knew their GPS and met people who some understand English fairly well. It was
did you feel like they received the word, that John 3:16, welcoming or reserved?
I would say the most surprising thing I saw was a Bible bookstore on the counter on the corner of a major street. And I had never seen anything like that.
You're a Santa Clarita resident.
Yes, I am.
And you've traveled all these different places.
Yes.
So if you had one thing you could say as we close right now, what would it be?
God loves us all. He wants us all to receive Jesus Christ into our hearts. And people are wonderful. People have the same needs. And Jesus Christ died for us all.
Well, thank you so much. And if people want to contact
Pathlight Ministries.org.
pathlightministries.org. Well, thank you, Madelyn Maine, for joining us today.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
And we'll join again on March 16th at 3:16 p.m. to say John 3:16.
Absolutely.
And thank you for watching. We'll be back to close with two students from the Santa Clarita Performing Arts right after this.